few people sent me this video to feature, so either it's going to be really great or really terrible. In either case, definitely not boring. The title: Tesla autonomous driving success putting bulls in driver's seat for 2026.
Time now for our Cash Tag segment. For that, we want to bring in our next guest, and that is Andy Swan, co-founder of Likefolio, taking a look at Tesla today. So, Andy, it looks like Elon Musk is back in the driver's seat. The way shares are moving today off the back of this, the news with regard to the Delaware court reinstating his pay package. When you look across some of the data that you all have compiled, what does what does Tesla look like? The landscape for Tesla look like?
Yeah, it continues to look like a binary bet, just like it's been for the past 5 or 6 years, and that bet's been paying off. I think Elon Musk in the driver's seat, as you put it, so aptly, is a great sign for Tesla. Everybody's betting on this company to be more than a car company, and that's really what this comes down to. If you believe Tesla is just an EV, just a car company, then it's wildly overvalued. But
by the way, absolutely true. It stunned me that just a few years ago, there were people who thought Tesla was just a car company. Their entire valuation model for Tesla was they're just a car company with 2030 estimates with absurdly high average selling prices, like in the $40,000 or $50,000 or $60,000 range. I couldn't understand why anyone would own the company if they were ignoring autonomy, completely ignoring. Yet there were people who actually thought Tesla just a car company. They're going to be selling $60,000 EVs forever, and I like the stock based on that and that alone. Head scratcher. Absolutely true. If you think Tesla's just a car company, you'd have to be brain dead to own the stock. Then again, if you thought Tesla was just a car company, you're obviously brain dead, so you probably would own the stock thinking that was just a car company. Safe to say though, 2026 is the year of autonomy for Tesla. We've now crossed the chasm, as I mentioned recently. It's no longer speculative. You don't need to reason at all about the capability of Tesla's autonomous software because it's happening right now. Driverless vehicles, no one behind the wheel, scaling. Never mind the massive fail from Waymo recently. Power went out in San Francisco, traffic lights weren't operating, Waymo vehicles stopped in the middle of the road all over the city, holding up traffic, blocking emergency vehicles, an absolute clusterfuck, exposing how brittle the Waymo system really is.
if you believe that Tesla is an AI and robotics company with autonomous driving on the horizon, then it could be wildly undervalued. So that's the binary bet that investors.
So he just said something that's true. If Tesla does crush it with AI, including autonomy, it may be true that the stock may in fact be, as he said, wildly undervalued. Of course, I can't look into the future and know what's going to happen for sure. So I don't know if Tesla will be successful with autonomy, but if they are, he might have a point, which also might explain why I've been buying Tesla stock hand over fist non-stop for the better part of a decade and mentioning autonomy for about, 2,500 videos in a row since 2019.
Investors are faced with. When we look at Likefolio data, everything points to, continued dominance out of Tesla into the future. They have the biggest vision.
All right, it's official. I understand why people sent me this clip now. Bro's spitting some facts here. Continued dominance, he says, not mere participation in a crowded market in which everyone single-handedly and simultaneously somehow all solves autonomy to the exact same standard as Tesla. He's talking about dominance, and we're definitely on the same page there.
Probably of any company in the world, and they have a history of executing not on time, but in time and in a very big way. When you look at Tesla autonomous driving, full self-driving data, it is safer than people driving themselves. It's safer than Tesla's normal safety features simply being on. And so when you look into the future, you can very easily see a future where it is not only cheaper, but also safer to ride in a Tesla vehicle than anything else. And when it comes down to, the finances and safety, I think most people will pick those two options rather than legacy automakers. And so we think Tesla could be still significantly undervalued even at these price levels.
Well, bro ain't playing around. Significantly undervalued. Not slightly, significantly. I'm sure everyone listening will be extremely shocked to discover that I happen to agree. If they're successful with autonomy, and if it turns out there is no magic catch-up to Tesla button where every other company on the planet can just press it and suddenly they've got a comparably safe and capable autonomous software in their own vehicles, then dominate they will. And at that point in time, many customers, at least those who aren't extremely dumb, who are aware of what Tesla offers, if they're buying a vehicle, they're weighing up a vehicle that they can't get in and can't drive them safely versus a vehicle where they can get in and it can drive them safely. There's probably not that many consumers out there when weighing those two options up are going to go, you know what, I'd rather repeatedly punch myself in the dick. I'm sure there'll be some, whatever you're into, but I think most consumers, if they're aware of what Tesla offers and it's vastly superior, more convenient, safer than anything else on the market, they're probably, all other things being equal, including, say, for example, the purchase price, they're probably going to lean towards the vastly superior, safer, more convenient, better on every metric product.
Andy, the answer to the question, why should Elon Musk watch Fast Market on the Schwab Network, is because of the data that you're putting out today. And I want to focus on the safety data, right? If Tesla itself was putting out these data points like Folio is, I think the world would understand that automated driving is safer than humans driving. And your numbers really show that. I mean, it's double in terms of the next metric. It's incredible to me. It's eye-opening how much safer full self-driving is than a human being making decisions. And your data that shows that, as well as the other things that Tesla has going on. One of the big parts of the EV part, is the safety. If you ask people their fears, it's the safety. And your data shows that it's not worse, it's way better, Andy.
Oh yeah, it's phenomenally better. And it's amazing to me that Tesla at this point really hasn't gotten, onto the mountaintop and screamed this out. They barely do any marketing at all. Almost everything that they get is word of mouth. That's very effective to a point. But when you're trying to change the narrative of, what this is all about, and is Tesla just an EV company? Can self-driving really be safer? Unless you've ridden in a Tesla for hundreds of miles that's driving you around like I have, there's really no way to drive that home. The stats are incredible. I wish Tesla would get out in front of this and start, like I said, really marketing this angle as Tesla as the safety vehicle. When I think about my parents or my kids driving around, either one, at some point, safety is the number one driver of decision making in terms of which automobile to purchase. And if you can show people that by pressing a button and letting 8 cameras and an AI ecosystem built into the car drive you around is 2 times, 4 times, 6 times safer than you driving yourself, that's a decision maker difference. And I think that's what takes Tesla over the finish line in 2026 and 2027. It's just a better way to get around. And Elon's proving it out in terms of execution. I think now it's time for the messaging to take hold.
So I have a prediction. Once FSD becomes unsupervised in some areas of the United States, Tesla's going to be screaming from the rooftops. Prior to then, why bother? Really. Just think about the difference, the return on investment you're going to get. Hey, everybody, there's this software that you kind of have to supervise legally, but it's good, it's convenient, it's much safer. Want to try it versus, hey, motherfuckers, did you know that you can get this vehicle with this software, go to sleep, wake up at your destination? I think Tesla's been quite strategic about the timing here. There is another factor that we just have to accept as well, which is most people aren't particularly logical when it comes to their vehicle purchasing decisions. Otherwise, the only vehicles anyone would be buying would be the safest vehicles in each category, and there'd be no second place because nobody would buy the less safe vehicle. A lot of people trying to compensate for their small dick, their short stature, or convey a certain appearance to the world. I'm one of these people, or this is my lifestyle. You understand, right? A lot of marketing horse shit. People are manipulated by advertising and branding and associate this with that. If you're an outdoors person, obviously you have to drive this. If you want to be different, you have to drive this. So there's only so much of a return Tesla would get on telling everybody, hey, we make the safest vehicles, which by the way they do, and we know, but if consumers really care, they just look at the crash test results, right? And go, oh, fuck, Tesla's killing it. Okay, buy a Tesla. If only it were that simple. But unfortunately, it is not. The big needle mover is going to be when people are buying Tesla vehicles and driving them, quote unquote, while they're asleep. People go, what the fuck? Then they go, hang on, what? Oh, you can get in a Tesla now and you don't even need to pay attention, really? Damn, I didn't know that. Until that happens, whatever. But when FSD goes unsupervised, it's going to be hard to ignore when you see people in Tesla vehicles literally asleep or playing a Nintendo Switch behind the wheel. You hear your neighbors, friends talking about it. You see And at that point, like I said, my prediction is Tesla's going to go pretty hard letting people know what they can do behind the wheel, which is anything they want once FSD is unsupervised. But before then, really, whatever.
Andy, let me ask you this. Speaking of the messaging, so when the outage happened out on the West Coast that affected Waymo vehicles, Elon Musk obviously was on Twitter X, basically pointing out that Tesla's robotaxis were unaffected. But I want to also go back to the point that you made earlier where you said not on time, but in time, because that's been one of the challenges with Tesla. Yes, Elon Musk is a visionary, but sometimes he gives these targets that are just, they're unattainable in terms of the timeline. How much does that matter in terms of, the recent tailwind or a continuation of the tailwind for Tesla into 2026, just hitting those timelines?
Yeah, I think if you've been around long enough, and most of Wall Street and most of the investors in Tesla stock have been at this point, you understand that when Elon Musk puts out a target date, he's putting out something to push his team, push himself, and push the world towards his vision. And invariably, it doesn't happen in time, but it does happen. It does happen eventually, and it does change the world. And I think that's just a big difference between how we tend to look at stocks that make promises or give guidance for the next quarter, and we're doing that every 90 days for a lot of these companies, and they're sweating whether or not they're going to make their number to the penny. It's a very different ballgame with Tesla. You're in it. I think you're in it again for a binary bet that this could be wildly overvalued and totally flop. Or if you're a believer, you're in it for several years, if not decades, because you think this is a company that can change the world and that can benefit its shareholders tremendously by doing so. So that's the whole thing with Elon Musk. It's we take him seriously, but maybe not literally. And so I think when short sellers, the Tesla Q crowd likes to take him literally, but not seriously, that's when they get into trouble. It's clearly got to be Elon gets the benefit of the doubt because eventually he delivers game-changing, world-changing technologies and products.
Very well said.
Andy, I got one more quick question for you. But Diane, I think we just had our second mic drop. Tesla, not on time, but in time. I think that's the new theme that Tesla has going forward. But Andy, Diane mentioned the Waymo issues over the weekend in San Francisco. And what came out from this on the Tesla side was that Waymo reads a down stoplight or a blank stoplight as a four-way stop, and it does its best to navigate the traffic. Tesla measures eyeballs and inflections of drivers and allows it to greatly overachieve remember, the one key thing that I think is going to come out over time, Andy, and I want your thoughts on this. Tesla is not Waymo. It's two different technologies driving these companies. And Tesla, though they may be slower coming out than Waymo, is clearly the superior technology here, Andy. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the biggest thing is that Waymo is trying to create the perfect car for a perfect world. And so they need everything to be mapped out. They need, the LiDAR system to be functioning. They need the power grid to be on in the city. Whereas Tesla is trying to replace the human driver with a superior human-like driver. And so what that does is it makes Tesla vehicles behave like a really, really smart, very good human driver would. And so other cars on the road are much more likely to understand what the Tesla's doing, to react to it as they would a human driver. It just happens to have 8 cameras looking in all directions, 360 degrees, and computing every single thing it sees in real time with an AI super chip inside rather than a human brain that might be distracted. So that's where the benefit of Tesla full self-driving comes in, is that it's building towards a future of this car runs as if the world's greatest team of human drivers is driving it, no matter what else is going on in the outside world. And you could plunk it down in the middle of nowhere, and it understands what a road is, what a sign is, and what other drivers are doing.
Dude, I have to say, massive credit where it's due. It's extremely rare to hear somebody talking with the finance media who really knows what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to Tesla. Dude absolutely nailed it. Has a great understanding. I now understand why a few folks sent this through and said, hey bro, you got to feature this clip. We need more analysts and commentators talking Tesla who understand like this guy does. 10 out of 10. Would watch again. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion, and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously, and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.